I'm Andrew Levine, the CEO of Koinos Group, and today I'm very excited to be releasing our roadmap for 2023. This roadmap and this video are intended to give everyone insight into what we'll be doing over the next year to accelerate decentralization through accessibility. Koinos is a new and powerful blockchain technology distinguished by its ease of use and accessibility as the first blockchain ever with free-to-use smart contracts. And make no mistake, what makes blockchain technology valuable is that it enables smart contracts, unstoppable code being executed by a decentralized network of computers. Smart contracts promote truth, justice, and individual freedom because they ensure data accuracy, enable fair and unbiased execution of agreements, and empower individuals with greater economic autonomy by eliminating intermediaries. In short, smart contracts are anti-tyranny technology, but they still remain relegated to a tiny corner of the internet that's using them for primarily speculative purposes. And that's what we're trying to change. We started Koinos Group in 2020 to make this technology infinitely more accessible and began building Koinos to be the longest lever we could imagine to make the world more open, transparent, and fair. But even a blockchain as accessible as Koinos still isn't very useful without a kind of bridge that developers can easily use to connect their applications to the blockchain. So after releasing mainnet on November the 5th, 2022, we immediately shifted our focus to building our next product, Koinos Pro, which is that bridge. Koinos Pro gives any developer all the tools that they need to start building on Koinos immediately without the need to run any complicated infrastructure themselves. It's a software as a service platform that makes it easier for developers to access and interact with the blockchain, lowering barriers to entry even further. It allows developers to focus on building an amazing application instead of wasting time and resources dealing with the complexities of the blockchain. And they can have confidence that Koinos Pro will always behave the way they expect and be there for them because it's built by the most trusted team in the Koinos ecosystem, the very inventors of the blockchain, Koinos Group. Koinos Pro will always provide free access to the most stable, performant, and scalable API endpoint for Koinos, while power users will get access to paid tiers that add even more value. Koinos Pro will make it fast and easy to spin up powerful decentralized applications that can finally go viral thanks to Koinos. But what happens when an application actually does begin to grow exponentially? Well, its need for both infrastructure and network resources, or mana, will also grow exponentially, and costs can quickly get out of hand. That's where the paid tiers of Koinos Pro come in. Developers will be able to know exactly how much it will cost them to gain access to more infrastructure, and that cost will always be less than what it will cost to do it themselves. And we want to give developers the same peace of mind when it comes to their coin holdings. We don't want Koinos developers to have to worry about having to buy a massive amount of coin in the best case scenario where there's this sudden surge of demand for their application, which may very well be temporary or at least not sustained. That's why Koinos Pro will feature what we're calling a mana fountain. Each subscription tier will come with a certain amount of mana that the developer's app can consume every month. Not only does this mean that the developer always has the option to upgrade to a higher tier with more mana if their app experiences a sudden burst of interest, even more importantly, it means that they can plan and budget for different growth scenarios and be confident that their business is sustainable and scalable. I'm happy to announce that the MVP of Koinos Pro will be going live this quarter. Koinos Pro will be incredibly valuable to developers who have already made the decision to build on Koinos for its unique features. But what about those who haven't made that decision yet and are just looking to play with a software solution that might improve their application and their business? Well, Koinos Pro doesn't really help those people, which is why I'm thrilled to unveil our vision for a new product we're calling Koinos Play. Imagine a world where game developers have access to the power of blockchain, but without the steep learning curve and limitations that come with other blockchain platforms. Now combine that with the free-to-use experience only available on Koinos. With Koinos Play, we will redefine the way developers create, deploy, and monetize their games, and most importantly, how players interact with and own the gaming experience. Koinos Play will enable game developers to integrate unique blockchain features seamlessly. Features like decentralized marketplaces, tokenization of in-game assets, player-to-player interactions, and digital rights management. This will unlock new opportunities for developers to create innovative game mechanics while players enjoy the ownership, greater control, and more freedom in the digital realms they inhabit. Koinos Play will be built on top of Koinos Pro, providing a user-friendly interface and a rich set of tools that'll make it far easier for developers to integrate Koinos into their games. By focusing on accessibility and ease of use, Koinos Play will foster a new era of creativity in the gaming industry, help accelerate the adoption of blockchain technology across the gaming world, and further our mission to accelerate decentralization through accessibility. And we're committed to providing ongoing support and resources to help game developers thrive in this new frontier, which is why we'll be launching a Koinos Play developer program, which will offer documentation, tutorials, and community support to assist developers in their journey of building the future of gaming on Koinos. In the coming months, we'll be actively collaborating with game developers, hosting hackathons, and organizing workshops to showcase the potential of Koinos and foster a thriving ecosystem that can revolutionize the gaming industry. We've already publicly announced a couple of our exciting gaming partnerships. GameStack is building a digital distribution and marketing platform, as well as a marketplace for in-game assets. And CyberX is an adrenaline-pumping shooter game built by Royal Reptile Studios. These partnerships will give us valuable insights into the pain points that game developers are facing while exposing Koinos to entirely new user bases. We value all of our partners, but it's hard to overstate my excitement about our newest collaboration. But to understand why I'm so excited, I first need to give you a little background. Since the moment we began working on Koinos, there was one game that we always kept top of mind for several reasons. The first was that it was simply one of the most successful blockchain-based games in the world. The second was that a large part of its success came from the fact that it leveraged a feeless blockchain similar to Koinos. The third reason was that as the developers of that blockchain, we were intimately familiar with the amazing team behind the project and the challenges that they were facing. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm talking about Splinterlands. As the developers of one of the biggest and longest running blockchain games in the world, Splinterlands is at the technological forefront of the gaming space, and we'll be working with them to help accelerate the delivery of their next generation of products and deliver even more value to both gamers and game developers. So I'm incredibly excited about that partnership. When I first got involved in the blockchain space, people were skeptical about whether one cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, could even work. With everything going on in the world, it can be easy to forget just how far we've come since then. The transformative potential of blockchain technology is no longer really disputed. The biggest and frankly most valid criticism is simply that this potential is yet to be realized. We believe that's because there hasn't been the right solution, packaged the right way, and aimed at the right problem. Koinos is that right solution. Koinos Pro and Koinos Play are that right packaging, and gaming is that right problem. We believe that the future of blockchain, the future of finance, and the future of gaming are all one and the same, and Koinos is now positioned at the forefront of this revolution. With Koinos Pro and Koinos Play, we are decimating the barriers to entry, enabling any developer to harness the power of free-to-use smart contracts to build extraordinary experiences for people around the world. In this way, we're fostering a new era of innovation, decentralization, and true digital ownership, and it's our mission to make this accessible to everyone. As we continue on this journey together, remember that our collective vision, passion, and hard work will shape the future of not just gaming, but the entire digital landscape. As we face the looming threats of both old and new forms of tyranny, this technology is needed more than ever. The time is now, but the opportunities are endless. We invite you to join us in pushing the boundaries of what's possible and reimagining the world to make it more open, transparent, and fair. So let's create, collaborate, and inspire one another as we bring the magic of Koinos to life. Thanks for your time, and stay tuned.